Jeffrey Raffel earned his undergraduate degree from the University of Rochester and a doctorate from MIT in political science. He joined the University of Delaware's faculty in 1971. He was the first director of the School of Public Policy and Administration, and in 2002 was named the Charles P. Messick Professor of Public Administration.
So Jeff's character is very memorable, a man of high integrity and high ethics.
When he came to Delaware, he got engaged in the desegregation process from the very start. But in addition to being an activist and advocate for equality, Jeff brought some other skills.
I came to the University of Delaware in 1971 as a university professor, assistant professor. I was very much attracted to the University of Delaware because the position required me not only to do scholarship and teaching, which was pretty much what every academic position required, but also required and allowed me to do public service work.
During the tumultuous 1970s, Jeff Raffel served as the executive director of the Delaware Committee on the School Decision. This committee was comprised of appointments by the governor, the county executive, and the Wilmington mayor. Raffel played a major role in bringing the community together. During the desegregation process, Jeffrey Raffel served as a researcher, scholar, expert witness, practitioner, community leader, and parent.
So he advocated a great deal for students throughout his career, whether they were in the school desegregation arena or right here at the University of Delaware.
Schools and students, that's the area of Jeff's passion. He saw inequity when he came to Delaware. He was determined to address that inequity. He did it in his personal life, but he also did it in his professional life by shining a light on the conditions within our state.
In 2009, Raffel worked to reestablish the Common Cause Delaware organization and served as its chair from 2009 to 2013. Common Cause Delaware is a nonpartisan watchdog group and frequent ally of the ACLU of Delaware. Jeff served for well over a decade on the ACLU of Delaware board, including terms as vice president and secretary, and he founded the University of Delaware's Civil Liberties Union, an undergraduate organization. Jeff served as president of the Network of Schools of Public Policy Affairs and Administration, an international association of schools and programs dedicated to ensuring excellence in public service education. His books include The Politics of School Desegregation, The Metropolitan Remedy in Delaware, Historical Dictionary of School Segregation and Desegregation, and Public Sector Leadership. Professor Raffel retired from the University of Delaware in 2012.
The struggle goes on, and it's recognized today, and he's still as active as he ever was.
If you're going to be a good leader, you better be an optimist, because you have to believe that you can help people move, help yourself move to a higher level.
Jeff lives in Newark with Joanne, his wife of 50 years. He has 3 grown children with families of their own and 6 grandchildren. His grandchildren, as well as all Delaware children, have benefited from Jeffrey Raffel's life's work, advocating for high-quality education for all. J.P. Street was raised in Wilmington, Delaware, the son of Henry and Dorothy Porter Street. He attended Wilmington High School and later the University of Delaware. Street's family was active in the NAACP and community affairs generally throughout the 1950s and 60s, a time sometimes referred to as the Civil Rights era. So thus did Street's commitment to civil rights develop, influenced by his family's involvement and dedication.
The fact of the matter is my mother was a social worker. She was also an active member of the NAACP, and she was the first African-American president of then the Wilmington Homeschool Community Council. So the ad is that the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. is applicable with me.
Mr. Street served as executive director of the Parent Educational Resource Center from 1974 until 1981, working to prepare parents and students for the implementation of court-ordered school desegregation. During this time, he became a well-established student advocate representing students and parents in suspension, expulsion, and special education hearings.
The one word that I would use to kind of describe him is loyal. He's loyal to his family, he's loyal to his community, he's loyal to his own moral code of conduct, and he's loyal to the cause of advocating for equity in education.
He gave me the belief that people could advocate for students in the public education system, because there's not a lot of people doing it, so to have him as an example and a leader in that arena, I think it really impacted me.
We fought vigorously for children throughout the desegregation era. We sued the Red Clay School District twice and prevailed.
In 2004, Street was elected to Newcastle County Council, representing the 10th District, and he continues in that position today. Thankfully, though, he has continued his advocacy work on behalf of children.
He is one of a kind, he is like no other, and he is really one of the last in that legacy of people that continue to be on the battle lines every day.
Jay is like one of those leaders that you really don't consider, even though he's in office, to be a politician. You consider him more of a statesman and just a community leader. Everybody respects and loves Jay Street.
In 2007, he worked very closely with Wilmington City Council and the mayor as the city and 5 parents successfully sued the Christina School District to ensure that city schools were not closed. In December 2014, he supported the ACLU of Delaware and the Community Legal Aid Society in their complaint with the United States Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights, alleging resegregation in charter schools. Jay Street's life is a template for successful community involvement. He serves as executive director of Hilltop Lutheran Neighborhood Center. The center's budget has increased from $70,000 to its current $1.7 million, with $1 million in jobs created.
At the end of the day, we can point to the record, and we take children numerically and statistically destined for failure. 60 to 70% of our children are on the honor roll each and every year. Most importantly to me, we see them graduate from high school, and now, having been there over 35 years, we're seeing kids graduate from college each and every year.
Jay Street has been married to his wife Beely for over 40 years, and they have 2 sons, Jay Jr. and Jason. The newest Street generation includes 1 grandson, Jason Jr., and 1 granddaughter, Ray. They have large shoulders to stand on and big shoes to fill.